Welcome back to my channel, Aquarius. Much love and thanks out to my existing subscribers and, of course, all those that are new to my channel. I always appreciate your time and your support. So just a quick reminder, these are general readings. It can't possibly speak to everyone. You're all at different stages of your life with unique situations, so there will be variances on the time. You won't all be sharing the same life story. So please allow for flexibility on the time frames. So this is a reading for February 15th to February 28th, career, money, finance, and that'll be for Aquarius. And I will be using the Energy Oracle cards and the Quantum Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor, as well as the Everyday Witch Tarot by Deborah Blake and the Pagan Tarot by Gina Pace. So first out is the card of the Sun. And this, again, is just for the last 2 weeks of February. For some of you, you're starting out on a new project or you're investing in a new idea. But overall, this card speaks to a great deal of creativity and energy that's put into expressing yourself in some way. So for some, that could be publishing, writing, drawing, ceramics, art, singing, music, whatever that is, however it speaks to you. Now, the card of the Sun in itself as well is an optimistic card, and it can speak to good fortune, inspiration, but it generally tends to highlight the positive. But for many of you, I feel your connections are at the forefront in the latter half of February. And the reason I say that is because it is followed up by the abundance card. Abundance to me, again, this speaks to more of the new projects and new ideas and things coming through for you, a happy time. So things along that line, with the abundance clarifying the Sun card, but we also have the happy family card. So again, it feels to me that for some of you, well, actually for both, I'm gonna say for the majority of you that it's about the new projects, as well as somehow having that intertwined with happy times with the connections and the people that you're around, at least in that first week anyway. So I just feel that you're really focused on your foundation at this time, the home front, looking for ways to further secure or build on that closeness, or that, that current foundational network of support. For others, it can speak to an upcoming celebration within the home or with a family member, new job, birthday, and with the Empress card previously there as well, it could also be a new baby, for those that are so inclined. But again, the Empress clarifies the Sun, so it's a happy time or some kind of a milestone with people that you're connected to or close to. So again, the abundance card clarified the Sun initially, and I feel for those of you that are more entrepreneurial, you're creating something and it's becoming, it's really advancing. It's a blossoming idea. It's really starting to develop. You have a great idea that you're really trying to bring to the forefront, and it's happening. It is something that's starting to flesh out. So the next card out is the Journey card. So the Journey card can speak to traveling for a job, or just going beyond your usual distance that you might otherwise for a job. But it does speak to some kind of travel or distance, or, could even be in networking of some sort there. But if it is related to something around a move, I wouldn't feel that it's a negative move. I don't feel like it's a situation of loss. I feel that it would be something that is of your choosing. And I say that because it is followed up with the Nine of Cups. So it doesn't feel like it's something that would need, there would be any challenge or tower around it. No great difficulty. It's something that you maybe are discussing, maybe a trip. And it's something that, that would make you happy with the Nine of Cups to clarify. But either way, it's some kind of a celebration or happy current of events in that week of the 15th. So following that, we also have the Three of Cups. So further to that celebration and the happy, events of that week, there is some kind of a group or celebration coming together, for this event in some way, however that's relevant for you, if it's on the internet or just a lot of phone calls, for people at a distance, that kind of thing, however you can do it during, the challenges of today with the pandemic and so on. I know a lot of places are a little bit different in the way that you're able to get out and connect. So just to be mindful of that. We also have the fear card. So the fear card comes up likely toward the end of the week where you're experiencing some kind of fear or anxiety around something. I suspect as a person. And I say that because it is clarified with the Queen of Cups. And it could also be around a creative issue or dealing with someone who's emotionally frozen or cut off. Could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but doesn't have to be. It can just represent attributes of their astrological sign. Or it can be that you're just too much in your head by the end of the week about something. So we also have the Three of Wands. This can pose as, you expanding, which I feel for the most part, anybody who is, in a creative project or starting with a new project, that is what's happening here, that you are starting to flesh it out and figure out the direction that you want to move it ahead with. But it also poses as something of a wait card, or some kind of a delay. So I do feel that you're waiting on something, whether that's money, whether it's a contract, whether it's, a yes or a decision from someone else. You're waiting on something to be able to move forward. And again, it doesn't have to be money. It can be just somebody who else outside of your group or yourself that has to give the go ahead with something before it can really be executed. So again, it could be in the form of paperwork or contractual, something along that line as well. But it is further clarified by the Magician. So I feel that this is, having it so close to the Wands, I feel that you're also manifesting something by taking action, toward this project. There's some energy behind it in this first 2 weeks with the Wands. And I just feel that you're more positive. There's more of a positive influence that's around you at this time. And I feel that way because there's a teacher, whether this is you or someone else, but it really strongly feels as though there is some kind of new learning going on here. So whether this is speaking to actual higher learning, spiritual learning, new job position that you have to undertake some kind of apprenticeship or research on something new for a position, it just feels like there is some kind of overall learning involved here. Again, for others, it might speak to somebody coming in to give you advice or teach you or guide you, or you could be doing the same for another. But it is followed up by the Death card, and not only the Death card, it's followed up by the Tower. So because of this combination, which also follows with the Fool, it does look to be a new direction that you're focused on. I don't feel that this is something that's taking place in this month. I don't feel like the Death card and the Tower card are something that are relevant to this particular month here in February at the end. It just feels like it's something you've undergone, and it's some kind of a transformation that's taking place, and that you're starting to go off in a whole new territory here. Because you've reached the end of a cycle here with the Death card. And the Tower was something that was a little unexpected. It might have been something that, shook your foundation there, and that's caused you a little bit of upset with the Fear card, and they are clustered together there. So there might have been something in around that, latter part of the first week that poses a little bit of challenge for you, but either way, you're getting past it here because you are taking the next step, which is to follow forward, put your best step forward into the Fool position, which is a new beginning. So you're focusing on that. The card of Increase is you building and expanding. You're laying the groundwork for a project. You're creating a plan around how you're going forward, and certainly around that Ace of Pentacles. So in regards to the Ace of Pentacles, this is definitely something that is practical and tangible, something that's not in the spiritual realm. This is something that is in the real world, real world, hard work, effort, involvement, that kind of thing, where you're actually able to see it. see it manifest in some way. So again, for some of you, that's a new job or a new offer or more investment of yourself due to a bonus or a promotion. But it feels like something extra is required to get things going with this new beginning, this idea, this project, or this job, or this position, or this creative endeavor. Again, whatever that is for you, however it resonates. And with the Seven of Swords, I feel there might even be some kind of negotiation that's involved here. Again, bit of a strategy or something that has to, involve others, enable for the project to go forward. And that may very well be why there's some delay or some reason for having to wait on some kind of a decision or some aspect of waiting around for some other piece of the puzzle to come together before you're able to move forward. So that's followed by present power, and it's about you being in a position of strength, whether that is around negotiations or just power in your new position, as it is clarified by the Queen of Pentacles. And it's also clarified by the Emperor. So I feel you're either dealing with issues around your security or you're taking a managerial position for some of you, and for others you might be dealing with someone in the healing arts, medical field. Could represent a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn as well. Someone overall that is a genuine creative, very family oriented, stable, concerned about others, that kind of thing. So if it represents as a person for you, you might want to just reference that and see who in that moving into that last week, how that connects to you. And again, with the Emperor so close to the Hierophant, which is the next card out, I feel that there's a strong sense that you're dealing with a corporation in the latter portion of February, or it could even be a marriage between a very structured person. Maybe there's some kind of a church environment, if there's a celebration of some sort. But anyway, it feels just more official on that level. Again, marriage, very structured person, very nurturing, security-minded, multitasker is really what I would feel that is coming through there. With the Hierophant and the Emperor and the Queen of Pentacles. Really grounded, traditional sort of energies, really rooted in the material world. So we also are followed up by the Judgment card. So again, with the Judgment card, and because of that combination with the Hierophant and with the Two of Pentacles, it just feels overall like you're doing, you might be balancing something back and forth here, but it does look like some kind of a decision has to be made here. We also have the Four of Swords. So again, I feel that some of you may be needing some vacation time, or you're considering some kind of a retreat or getaway. Again, with that Two of Pentacles, you might be waffling, indecisive about something around that or around some other decision at the end of the month. But it just feels like you're trying to make up your mind about something anyway toward that end of the month. And then we've got the Six of Wands. So I just want to pull this combination forward here, because not only do we have the Six of Wands, but we also have the Eight of Wands. Sorry, and I think that was really out of position here. It seemed to me that Eight of Wands was ahead here. But anyway, the Eight of Wands was about, because I pre-pulled them just so that you don't have to sit through a 2-hour reading, just trying to shorten things up here to make it more efficient for everyone. So the Eight of Wands is about feeling swept up with something, or things moving pretty fast with, again, that Hierophant card coming through. It just feels strongly that some of you are taking courses, higher learning, advancement in a position, but there's some kind of education, some kind of learning that is involved here. And again, with the Six of Wands, you're achieving something in that second week, and I suspect that it is you completing something that you're maybe even standing out for, because it is followed by the Nine of Pentacles. So, I mean, normally the Nine of Pentacles is, an independence card. It's self-sufficient, that kind of thing. Can't be money's coming in as well. But I just feel and certainly with this deck, it reads a little differently, translates a little differently than the Rider-Waite deck. But my underlying feeling is that it really is about you, standing out for something a little bit more unique and independent, but you're satisfied with what you have finished. This is the type of accomplishment or feeling of accomplishment that I'm getting from that combination of cards. So again, you've got the Hierophant in there again. So it really speaks to me that there is some form of learning, as I said. And we also have the Four of Pentacles. It's about, you feeling stable. Certainly feels like some kind of abundance, reward, or payoff, whether it's material or in some other form by way of gift or, some kind of gratuity or something coming your way. It just feels with that Four of Pentacles, and certainly it's a card of balance, that you're stable. And with the Queen of Pentacles following that, it to me just feels as though there's some kind of something else coming through. Again, I mean, the cards do represent money. So for some of you, it might be, money that is coming through in the form of a gift or some kind of small amount of money moving your way. But it just feels to me that the Four of Pentacles is really about you feeling stable and you're abundant but it doesn't feel like in the way of monetary advancement, in this particular month anyway, not in the month of February. If there is some kind of advancement, I feel that'll be coming through at a later month, but maybe you know about it in this in the month of February. Maybe you've started the position, but the monies will be coming out further into March. So again, timelines will vary for everybody, but we also have the Four of Cups, and again, more fours and with the twos. So there's definitely a lot of balance here. I don't feel that anything feels like there's a tremendous upset, other than there was that one little period where you're, fear factor and you did have some element of the Tower and the Death, but I feel it was just something that you were just finishing up. You were just finishing up that cycle and moving into this really positive, period of gain and abundance. When I say gain and abundance, again, it feels like it's more along the lines of, just feeling happy with where you're at, having something to look forward to in terms of education and some kind of a new beginning there. So again, with the Four of Cups, you might also have been expecting more. So, again, whatever this was, it came through at the end of the month. You might have just felt like it kind of fell short of what you were expecting, is what I want to say. We also have the Ace of Wands here as well. So the Ace of Wands, of course, is another new beginning here that's showing up. And I mean, it feels like inspired, something that really inspires you to take action, or, something about this new position or this new idea, whatever this new beginning is for you, you just feel like there's a spark that is igniting you. You just feel a little more satisfied about this new direction. And again, that's also where the Ace of Cups comes in. So again, it can be just emotionally satisfied with this new beginning is how I would take that combination of cards. So we're moving into the Rider-Waite deck, and this also shows the Queen of Cups. And again, this is energy around, if it is energy around a person for you. This may come through as someone who's quite nurturing and stable. And I did mention this earlier. This is a repeat card, so I won't go into all of the details of that again. But there is that feeling of lack that's coming through with this card not being enough after, because it was so close with the Tower moment. It just feels like something wasn't enough. And I feel prior to the 15th, again, all of the Tower moment and that kind of death and rebirth sort of finishing of a cycle, really took place. And so this is where you were at in the February 15th onward range. You're just in a place where you're starting to take action again, feel inspired and move forward. But with the Knight of Cups and the Five of Pentacles, and as I said, I mean, these are all repeat cards here with the Tower. It just feels like it was energy that has already passed you. So I don't feel like you're going through it, 2 or 3 times here in the last 2 weeks. It just feels like, you are getting a little bit of, how do I want to say that? Just feeling a little like you didn't get exactly what you'd hoped for. Maybe at the end of the month, you thought there would be a little bit more to some kind of gain, but it didn't come out in the way that you'd expected it. So maybe you were expecting money and instead you got some other bonus that came through in terms of the contract says something along, you'll get an extra, I don't know, 50%, with a product or something, 50% of something that gets sold or whatever it is for you. But there is still good news on the way here with the Page of Cups. My example sucks, so sorry about that. But anyway, but I just feel that, with the Page of Cups, you're balanced again. And of course, with the Justice card, even more balance. Could be also a Libra energy that's coming through here. But again, I just feel that there was a fairness in what was given, but it just, for you, just felt like it maybe could have been a little more in your direction. You just maybe didn't get it quite as much as you'd hoped for. So again, with the Temperance card, this can speak to something about waiting. It can also be about just being, remain patient. But however it resonates, it is still a card of guidance coming through from Spirit or the divine or those that have passed that are looking out for you. And you are being guided through this process. So we also have the Six of Wands, and for sure there's some kind of a victory, as I said, by the end of the month. I just feel that you're really feeling some sense of gain, some kind of achievement, something that you are satisfied with. With the Seven of Pentacles, for sure, this is you expanding. You have put in the work, and you're still waiting for the idea to to unfold. So you're still at the level of, you're past the idea stage, and you're more about, how do I spread those seeds out? How do I, advance my way forward with this new idea, this new project, this creative, this creative thing that I value, or this new position? How do I go forward and make this my own? So again, you might be, you might have been hoping for a little bit more advancement, maybe even that, for some of you, because we are planting seeds here and we are extending and expanding. But I just feel that you're unsure about how you want to go about something, how you're going to expand the idea. Something is still pending. Something is still kind of partly possible, but it's still waiting on some kind of finality or decision, or documents to be formalized, or something to be shaped further, or again, could be contract to be signed, paperwork, whatever it is for you, around that end of the month. And again, for sure, card of waiting with the Three of Wands and expansion. But we also have the Knight of Swords. So Knights are all about action. So I feel that you're getting clear communication, written or otherwise. And even though you've got a lot of options available to you here with the Knight of Swords coming through, things are just quickly opening up. You do have some decision to make for yourself. Maybe it's you who's got to make that final decision here about how you want to expand. But again, even with the Page of Swords here, there's some kind of clarity that's also further coming through, and you're not afraid to stand up for yourself here and in going forward. There's a lot of energy behind your desires here in this last 2 weeks. There's a lot of momentum, and certainly with the Eight of Wands, again, you're getting some kind of written or internal communication through media or telephone call, whatever it is for you, but there's some kind of energy that's coming through to let you know that something that you've manifested, something you've wanted for some time, something that is really close to your heart, with the Nine of Cups here, wish fulfillment, some kind of part of whatever it is you were trying to achieve is coming true. So it may not be the full scope of your desire, but it's certainly a part of that. So again, I feel for a lot of you, this is still around the family home front, because we also have repeat cards. It could even be around a younger person here as well that's involved with the Page of Cups coming through twice. But again, wish fulfillment comes through twice. So something maybe even around a child that is coming through, that is making you happy, because it's all seem to be based around your foundation, your family, your home, or whatever you consider stability, whatever gives you stability, or something along that line is where you're getting the sense of accomplishment. It's somehow attached to that. So again, that Nine of Pentacles, some monies might be coming through, but maybe not as much as you'd hoped, or you get some other aspect that is in lieu of money. But again, with the Four of Wands, it's certainly around your home base. It's something that's very close to your heart, I would say. And then, of course, we're ending up with the Queen of Swords, and that again is, you know, repeating with that Libra energy here. But I also feel that, you know, you could also speak, it could also speak to you coming out on top in the situation, and you're able to look ahead more clearly now because you trusted your judgment and you found a solution. But overall, that's what I have for you, Aquarius, and that's just for the last 2 weeks of February 15th through to the 28th. So keep moving forward and stay safe out there.